Now the question for this episode is, what exactly is a resource bundle in an Aura component? And the answer is, whenever we try to create an Aura component, behind the scenes, 8 files will be created for us. If you notice it, I have an Aura component here. And to the right of the browser, we have a palette where we have 8 files. Now we have 8 links or buttons. On click of the link or button, it is going to take us back to that particular file. By default, it's going to highlight the component file, and component file is nothing but a file which is going to have the extension as .cmp, and here we will try to make use of tag based libraries and some HTML tags. And followed by that, what we have is a controller file. And if you notice the naming convention of this file, it is going to be name of the Aura component followed by that controller.js. Now this is the place where we'll try to write JavaScript code that is used to interact with Apex classes and then process the response that we get back from the Apex method, so on and so forth. And followed by that, we have helper file. And when I click open it, the file opens up and you can notice the naming convention. It is going to be in the format of Aura components followed by that helper.js. Now this is also a place where we will try to write some JavaScript code, and whenever we have multiple instances of this particular Aura component, then a single reference of helper file will be created and the code within helper file will be shared across multiple instances of this particular Aura component. And followed by that, what we have is a style file. This is the place where we'll be writing CSS code that is with respective to this particular Aura component. And followed by that, we have a documentation file. In case if we want to create documentation for this Aura component, then we can make use of this file, and we need to follow a set of guidelines, and the Aura framework is going to generate the documentation for us. And followed by that, we have renderer file, and the purpose of this is during the life cycle of an Aura component at different stages, if we want to invoke some business logic, we can make use of this renderer file. And followed by that, we have design file. Now the purpose of this file is when we have attributes in the component, we can expose them to the functional user. And what I mean by that is, real quick, I'm going to create an attribute. Let this be message and type is going to be string. I'm going to save it. We are done creating the attribute. Now I'll navigate back to the design file, and within design component, I'm going to create one more tag, which is going to be design : attribute, and the attribute that is associated with this tag, which is design attribute, is going to be name, and the another attribute is going to be label, and the another attribute is going to be description. Now name here is going to be exactly the value that we have provided here. So the basic ideology is we are trying to expose this attribute using design file. For that purpose, the name here is going to be message, or the name here is going to be exactly the value that we have provided here. Label can be anything. Description. Now I'm going to save it, and let me go back to the app builder. As of now, I'm on opportunity object. I'm going to click on edit page. It's going to take me back to the app builder. I'm going to drag this, drop it here. Now if you notice it, we are trying to expose this particular attribute called message using the design file. And what I mean by that is, just because we have the attribute called message here, and just because we have design attribute here, whenever the functional user or the end user who is trying to use Salesforce goes back to app builder, he will find something called what's message here, and he can provide a value here. And the value that is being provided here will be pushed to the attribute here. So this is how the functional user or the end user who will be using the Salesforce product will be in a position to push values to attributes generically by making use of app builder, and that is the purpose of this design file. And the last file is SVG file, and the purpose of SVG file is, in case if I want to add any custom icons to my Aura component, I can go ahead and I can add the custom icon in our Aura component. Now this is what resource bundle is all about, which is whenever we try to create an Aura component, the framework is going to go ahead and it is going to create 8 files for us. Now the beauty of it is, let me close all these files. As of now, this particular Aura component is embedded within parent component. So within the parent component, we have what's resource bundle component. Now at some point of time, if I decide to remove this component as the child component from the parent component, I can just remove the reference like this. And when I remove it, what happens is the reference to 8 files is automatically removed. Now it's not that if I want to remove the reference here, I need to go ahead and manually remove reference to 8 files. I can go ahead and just remove the reference to the Aura component, and the framework is going to make sure that the reference to all the files within the Aura component are removed as a bundle. Hence we call it as resource bundle. That's all for this episode. See you in the next one.